Good? Can you hear me? All right. Happy Friday Eve, folks. I'm Schulte, and I'm here to speak to you for graduation. Now, I know I'm not as surprised as you are. To explain how I got here, the audition for the spot, graduation speaker. I was faced with tough competition standing outside the audition room. I was up against the likes of Sam Scherer, Booty Manier, Heidi Nelson. All of them were great speakers who had something to say, a message to share. And instead, you got me. But don't fret. I will try to keep my speech short, say what I want to say. I won't try to waste your time. I'm not going to make a big announcement tonight, a life-changing prophecy. I don't plan to change your life. That was not my goal for this evening. My goal is for you to listen to what I have to say. They say the hardest part of speeches is giving them. I respectfully disagree. I believe the hardest part of speeches is coming up with something to talk about. Something that everyone likes that I could use for a metaphor. Then, while staring at my monitor for over 3 hours, it finally hit me. Donuts. Life is like a donut. And, like a donut, life begins when we're bred and raised. Yes, pun intended. We're catered to, and bang, there it is, your very own donut. For an example, I'll use a good old-fashioned Bismarck. Raspberry filling, white frosting with sprinkles. Man, just talking about it is making me gain weight. So dig it in, everybody. Oh, but wait. Don't eat it all in one sitting. This is your special donut, which is an analogy for life. You have to eat it bite by bite. Now, why do we have to eat it bite by bite? If you think about it, life is determined by the events we experience, or, if you will, the bites you take. Yes, some bites are better than others, let's face it here. We all wish we hadn't even taken a nibble of middle school. When you sink your teeth into a donut, especially a Bismarck, you don't get to the jelly filling right away. You get the dough. Usually it takes a couple of bites till you get to the filling, and up until now, we've been eating dough. Sure, we've had our sweet moments in the past, but that's because the frosting on top. The real goodness, we haven't even tasted yet. First kiss, getting your license, turning 18, getting your first car, going to prom, crashing your first car, all those things were pretty sweet. But that's just the frosting. A sweet moment for me? Well, it was when I used to be in track in middle school. Now, I'll admit I was never the #1 racer. In fact, I was very below average. I never came in first. But one day, DeLong had a meet with South, and as usual, I was pulling in the bottom numbers. My last event was the 100-meter dash. Going up to the starting blocks, I had no expectations for myself. Just run. That was all that was going through my head. Just run, get this over with so I can go home. Tensions rose and rose. I slowly watched the starter raise his gun to the air in 3, 2, 1, and they're up. And as we started running, I saw a familiar picture appear. The backs of the other runners. But then, that picture changed. I entered what runners call the zone. That place where you're completely focused, the world is shut out, time slows, and nothing else matters. And as strangely as it began, it was over. Letting out my exhausted breath at the end of the race and slowing to a stop, I heard a strange noise come over the air. People were cheering? Clapping? I was thoroughly confused. My friends and coaches came up to me telling me repeatedly that I had won. How? Why? The questions turned through my mind, but the answers didn't matter. I won the heat. I fell to my knees and screamed a victory and coined my distinct phrase at the same time, "Hey-o!" That sweet moment, that moment of victory was awesome and righteous. I learned that one should never doubt oneself, because you can sometimes surprise yourself even in the most doubtful of situations. But of course, this is just frosting covered dough still. We're still not to the jelly center we crave and yearn for, but none of the flair or even enjoyment of our donuts would be complete without our sprinkles. Sprinkles come in various shapes and sizes, and they add a hell of a contrast to desserts. They also sometimes add a little bit of flavor. Look to your left, look to your right. See all these people, family, friends, teachers. From the front to the back, this room is filled with people we know or don't know. Say, Mr. Dasher in the back, conducting the band tonight. You have had this job, by the way. Or Frau Patton, sitting over there, I see. The friends, all the way from the Lauras to the Taylors. All the people who have entered your life in the biggest or smallest of ways. They are your sprinkles. They make our donuts more enjoyable, and we couldn't do without them. They have made life more, dare I say, delicious, by either taking you fishing in the summer or by simply opening the door for you on a rainy day. We want to be here without them, laughing with us during the good times, crying with us during the bad, always supporting us when we need them most. Surely, we couldn't have our donuts without our sprinkles, so this is a big shout out, and more importantly, a thank you to all those sprinkles. So, we have our sprinkles, have tasted some sweet moments, chewed our way through the dough, and now we're here. The part we've all been waiting for, that sweet jelly filling. Out those doors leads an entire new world to experience and explore. That's the jelly. Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh man, I'm at the filling, time to eat this pastry. Hold on, fella. As great and awesome as it may be to be at the filling, take your time. Bite by bite, remember? If you scarf down what's left of your donut too fast, well, you'll be donutless and left with an empty feeling inside. Remind you, this is the only one you have, and you gnawed your way through a lot of dough to get here. Now that you're at the E-Flare epicenter, pardon the pastry pun and the annoying alliteration, don't rush what's left. Enjoy every bite you take. Revel in the flavor. Taste it for what it's worth. That way, when you're finished, you'll be full and satisfied with what you had. I think that about sums it up. Last words I like to say is, congratulations to the class of 2013, and enjoy your donuts!